Today I want to share Ali's story, a journey that shows how one brave choice can break years of fear and open the door to a life where your voice, your truth, and your freedom finally matter. This is the story of a young man named Ali. Ali grew up in a place where everything was already decided for him. People around him told him what to think, how to act, who to trust, what to believe, and what kind of person he should become. From a young age, he learned that speaking up was dangerous. Asking questions brought judgment, and disagreeing meant you were wrong, bad, or ungrateful. Ali lived in a world where fear felt normal and control felt like safety. But deep inside, he always felt something was missing. It was like a soft voice in his chest whispering, "Is this really who I am?" Ali was kind and thoughtful, but he never got the chance to show it. Whenever he tried to share his ideas, someone older would silence him. Whenever he tried to make a choice, someone louder would override him. People said they were guiding him, but Ali felt trapped, like he was living inside a box built by other people's beliefs. He wanted to fit in. He wanted to be loved. So he followed the rules. But every time he pushed his true self down, he felt a small crack inside his heart. One day, Ali got into an argument with a friend named Omar. It started small, just a different opinion about something simple. But Ali felt that old pressure in his chest again. Fear rushed through him like a wave. He remembered every time he was punished for being honest. Every moment he was taught that the person who wins is the one who never admits they might be wrong. So instead of staying calm or listening, Ali shut down. He said, "I don't want to talk to you," and walked away. He blocked Omar's messages, not because he hated him, but because that was the only way he knew how to feel safe. But that night, while sitting alone in his room, Ali didn't feel strong. He felt empty. He kept replaying the moment in his mind. He asked himself, why did I cut him off? Why do I run from conversations? Why do I feel the need to be right? And then something inside him whispered the truth. You do it because you never learned any other way. Ali realized he had been shaped by fear, not by understanding. By pressure, not by trust. By control, not by respect. The next morning, Ali felt tired, but he also felt awake in a new way. He went for a long walk, letting his mind wander. He walked past the places where he grew up. The old school where teachers told him not to ask questions. The small market square where elders judged anyone who acted differently. The home where he learned to hide his true feelings to avoid conflict. With each step, he felt the weight of all the expectations he had carried for years. While walking, he asked himself honest questions for the first time. Do I make my own choices? Or do I only repeat what I was taught? Am I living my life? Or am I living the life others want for me? His chest felt tight, but it was not the old fear. It was the feeling of truth trying to come out. He sat down on a bench and placed his hand on his heart. He whispered, I want to choose for myself now. I want to respect others, but I also want to respect me. Days went by, and Ali began noticing things he never saw before. When people around him talked, he could hear how much fear shaped their words. Fear of being judged, fear of being wrong, fear of being different, fear of losing control. They taught him fear because they lived in fear too. Ali realized he was not the only one struggling. Many people stay stuck in the same habits because they never learned another way. One evening, everything changed. Ali saw a young boy being scolded harshly for asking a simple question. The boy looked scared, confused, and small. Ali saw himself in that boy. And for the first time, Ali felt something deep inside him say, I cannot keep passing this pain forward. It has to stop with me. At that moment, he knew he needed to leave the familiar world that shaped him, not because he hated it, but because he wanted to grow beyond it. So Ali made a brave decision. He left his community and moved to a new city. It felt scary, like stepping into the dark with only a tiny flame. But that flame was his truth, and he was ready to follow it. In this new place, he met people who thought differently, believed differently, lived differently. Instead of telling him what to do, they asked him what he felt. Instead of judging him, they listened. Instead of controlling him, they respected him. For the first time in his life, Ali felt seen. One of the new friends he met was a woman named Sarah. She was kind and open and asked him gentle questions. She asked, "What do you believe?" Ali froze. No one had ever asked him that before. He didn't know how to answer. But instead of running or shutting down, he surprised himself. He said, "I'm still learning." And Sarah smiled and said, "That's the best place to start." Her words stayed with him. Ali realized he didn't need all the answers right away. He just needed honesty, curiosity, and the courage to look inside his own mind. Little by little, Ali began reshaping his beliefs. He kept the values that felt true: kindness, respect, family, love, but he let go of the beliefs that were built on fear and pressure. He learned that respect is not about control. Respect is about listening, understanding, and allowing others to be themselves. As the months passed, Ali learned how to pause when he felt triggered. When he wanted to shut someone out, he took a breath instead. When he felt the urge to be right, he reminded himself that being right is not the same as being real. When he felt fear rise in his chest, he placed a hand over his heart and said, "I'm safe. I can choose differently now." Over time, Ali began to trust himself too. He trusted his own voice. He trusted his ability to choose. He trusted that he could make mistakes and still grow. He trusted that he could build a life based on respect, not fear. He trusted that he could love people without needing to control them. And he trusted that freedom doesn't mean rejecting your past. It means carrying the lessons that help you grow and leaving behind the ones that hold you back. Ali's journey was not quick or easy. Some days he slipped into old habits. Some days he felt scared. Some days he questioned his choices. But he kept going because he had tasted something precious, the freedom to be himself. And once you feel that, you cannot go back to living in a box made by others. Ali learned that fear controls you when you refuse to look at it. But fear becomes smaller when you name it, understand it, and face it with honesty. He learned that you can honor your culture without letting it silence your heart. You can respect your community without letting it shape every choice. You can love your past without letting it define your future. Ali became a man who stood tall not because he was louder or stronger, but because he was grounded in his truth. He carried himself with calm confidence. He listened with care. He spoke with kindness. He made decisions that reflected who he wanted to become, not who he was told to be. And this became the message he shared with others. You can break free from fear without breaking your connections. You can choose your path and still treat others with respect. You can reshape your beliefs without losing your roots. You can open your mind without closing your heart. You can trust yourself and still hold space for others. Ali's story shows that you don't have to stay trapped in the beliefs that were given to you. You don't have to keep repeating pain that was passed down to you. You don't have to let fear guide your actions. You can learn, you can change, and you can create a life built on freedom, respect, kindness, and trust. The journey begins the moment you say, "I want something different." And when you take that first brave step, your whole life can open. May Ali's journey inspire you to choose your own path with honesty and courage, because the moment you trust yourself, your whole life begins to change. If this story touched something inside you, don't forget to subscribe and grab your free awareness journal. You can find the link below. It's a simple guide to help you breathe, reflect, and learn to trust your own voice.